Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. For today's Divinely Guided Rune reading, we're doing a bit of a time correction here, along with this whole Saturn retrograde, in theme with this, going all the way back into Pisces. So what that means is now the rune videos are a week ahead. So this will give you a whole week to digest and discern all the information. You're still getting the weekly rune readings, but we're skipping essentially this week, so you can take this week as either a week off energetically or a week to study up for this upcoming huge astrological and astronomical shift that is occurring collectively for all of us. So what does that all mean? That's all in the description box below, all that astrological information, but we're getting into, like I said, the Saturn retrograding all the way back into Pisces, and not only that, we have this huge lunar eclipse. We're in the middle of eclipse season that started with this new moon. Now we have this full moon partial eclipse, and then we have a solar eclipse coming up after that, and we have this huge cosmic visitor coming to us here in the coming months. That is a huge, phenomenal, astronomical impact to all of us. So let's discern what all of that means. All right, let's ground right now. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through the mouth, and really just appreciate this opportunity to get into today's divinely guided rune reading and tap into the information that's available, taking this extra week to discern and digest all the information. Moving forward, having all of the information a week in advance before the readings actually take place. Before, I was doing it the day of, the start of that week, giving you almost no chance to adjust. Here you have the opportunity to adjust. All right. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into your divinely guided rune reading. Greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading. Let's get into it. Your energetic pass here is in Ansus. Ansus is that antenna rune, the rune of communication, divine downloads, prophetic dream work. This is like Lagus turned up to 11. This is Lagus is like intuition, divine downloads as well in the divine feminine aspect, but this is more that divine downloads, divine connection, the intuitive, all your clairs like firing up, like claircognizance, clairaudience, clairsentience. Like I think there's 5 of them out there, right? Premonition dreams, deja vu. Things like this happening in your recent past, or just meditation coming very easily, dreams being a lot more profound, vivid, rememberable, things like this. A lot of people have been experiencing more intense, vivid dreams here recently too. But this is that rune of communications. So this is really perceiving, understanding, that great love filter, right? Am I receiving it with love? Am I responding to it with love? So this is a lot of discernment in that sort of aspect. Let's look at the influence here with the Unikite runes. We're getting the runes now. Let me know in the comments below how you're going to like this too. Though we're going to do all these with a rune of clarification here too. So for Unikite, the unification rune of clarity here, we have in your energetic past Wunjo. So Wunjo is that clan flag of success. That's showing up after all that dedication, all the perseverance, all the showing up together, reaching back and helping each other up, planting that clan flag collectively together, showing up together at the top of the hill. All that communication, all those abilities that it took to celebrate that, all the bliss, the joy, the celebration energies that are associated with a victory like that, right? You can think of that sort of joy and that sort of bliss coming alongside these types of communications that you've been having recently. Or maybe you've been looking for that blissful communication, right? Divine, especially maybe with divine source, your divine source, or maybe even your divine counterpart, maybe even your divine self. All right, taking what resonates here, please, leaving what doesn't. Scorpio, let's get a rune for your energetic now. Your energetic now rune is in Fehu. Fehu is the rune of cattle, wealth, abundance. This is describing a shift in aspect of what abundance means to you during this time. This is also a gentle reminder that as abundance increases, as our paths go along here, and there's avenues and decisions, responsibilities that get added on, opportunities that are afforded to us because of this abundance, right? That can lead us off of our divinely guided path. Okay? So take what resonates, please leave what doesn't. This is very much a neat aspect, though. You got kind of like your mind on your money, money on your mind. Let's get that rune of clarity. The rune of clarity for the energetic now is in success. Sawilo. This is another rune of abundance. This is like the Midas touch. Everything that you touch seems to turn into gold. This is very luck sort of kind of energy. This is everything that the sun's light touches, it is blessed. So you're kind of like that with this sense of abundance. Now, the warning here is don't squander your resources, right? Invest wisely, but definitely share that abundance. You're in the mood for sharing that sense of aspect of healthy abundance. Like the sun's light shines on everything without judgment, without reservation, without any disbelief or whatever. It just is what it is. And you get so much life-giving energy from the sun. The elements that we're made out of come from the sun, right? The light codes, the beautiful just warmth, the radiation, oh my gosh, I could just go on and on. All right, so let's get a rune for your energetic near future. So this is really awesome. So you have like this happy communication style and your beautiful, successful abundance here in the now. Let's see what's in your future. In your future is Reho. Reho is like kind of like divine flow. Reho is indicative of a change of house, spouse, or career because usually when that change occurs, it's a moving from, it's a following with the divine flow of energies. So whatever is discordant with the flow of your energies, right? Discordant with your divine source blueprint, right? Or with the collective energy, your healthy energies, right? So whatever is discordant or stagnant is no longer going to serve you, and you're going to just remove yourself from the situation. Reho is always grounded, has a 1 foot down, being grounded, but it always has 1 foot forward, ready to step in with divine flow, in divine order, being divinely guided through that whole way. So this is very much you like being in the now. In the future, you're going to be in the now, if that makes sense. Like now you're in the now, but in the future you'll also be now. You'll be more now than you are now right now, you know? You know now? Haha. Let me know if you're confused yet. Okay. In the rune of clarity, your divine flow of communication. Yeah. You're adapting this into like part of your persona. If you are in the public speaking arena, this is or not. This is definitely calling you towards maybe a public speaking arena, or maybe just shifting the way you communicate, taking your communication elsewhere. You're almost in a sense of not wanting to cast pearls among swine. Your wisdom, your pearls of truth among those who don't want to do anything with it. You're finding what resonates with, kind of like your tribe, with that divine communication here too. And that's just going to be lighting the path for others and for yourself. You're going to be embodying this sun energy, Sawilo, this good fortune, and sharing that. You get to share in the good vibrational energies with everyone else. So you get to reciprocate that communication. Reciprocate the communication and the abundance, right? So you have beautiful abundance kind of twofold here. and the twofold communication here. Very pleasant energies, very happy, lucky energies here, and very divine flow energies here. This is beautiful. What's the influence of the now energies for you, Scorpio? Look at that Solilo. Yeah. Yeah. You are in such like, I think like you're recognizing that your emotional well-being, your mood is not, this isn't toxic positivity at all, but this is embodying your truth, shining your light, right? Being your authentic self. Right. And in your sense of abundance, like this, you have an abundance of this Soilo energy around right with you now. You have this influence of this with Fehu. Come on now. You're gonna be expanding your Fehu, your kettle, your wealth. You're going to be accruing more as you manifest, as you shine, as you personify. As you personify this divine flowing energy. Yeah, reciprocation of communication. You are coming almost like from a student-teacher relationship or balance thereof, where you maybe were speaking for someone else, like and getting paid for it, something like that aspect, and then you go over here and you're speaking for yourself and making it your own revenue. Get what I mean? I mean, that's just an example. Let me know in the comments below how this is resonating here for you, Scorpio. This is really interesting. Yeah, in the clarification here for the energetic influence in the now, the Unakite here spells Ewaz. Ewaz is the horse rune. This is the rune of like a pilgrimage energy. This is man's best friend. This is an energetic source that's proven itself to you time and time again throughout your life. So through that communication, I believe is what this is. This is somebody or something, right? Divine source, yourself, an energetic partner of some kind, like a family member or a coworker or even a spouse. Okay. Take what resonates here. Please leave what doesn't. But this could also be an influence of that pilgrimage kind of energy where you're wanting to maybe have a retreat, a spiritually recharging place. This could be near a body of water. This could be, I see a lot of sun, so on a mountaintop, somewhere where the sun is very prominent. A lot of trips to South America are coming up. It's about that time of year, really. It honestly is. It's almost like a tourist season for them in like Venezuela and whatnot. So you could be going on have the influence of this pilgrimage energy, right? Wanting to travel, wanting to go get more spiritually whole. This could be like to Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, or, the ice cream shop. Wherever you feel spiritually recharged, this energetic source, it could just be a communication with yourself in the mirror. It could be a nice meditation with divine source, right? Take what resonates here, Scorpio. Leave what doesn't. Let's see what your advice here is for right now. But this is beautiful. You got the sun shining on all this abundance, divine flow and communication and downloads. And man, you are in flow with all this. Okay. Uncovering mystery. Scorpio, I say this time and time again, you are the best at doing this in the whole zodiac. It is my faith that you are. And this is awesome. This is Pertho. This is the Gambler's Cup. This is unveiling of mysteries, unraveling, I guess, to revelation thereof. An initiation process, essentially, like the gamble, right? The Gambler's Cup. The energetic leap, so to speak. Divine is holding out its hand saying, I got you, boo. Take that leap. I got you back. So through that is an energetic investment, whether this is like a pregnancy or a gamble or an initiation or a board game or friendly competition. You know how it starts. You're pretty sure how it's going to end, but you want the best outcome, right? So you're going to start off facing one way and kind of working with the energies and getting into all the twists and turns and coming out with a shifted perspective, being initiated through all of this process. Through it all, you learn. You grow, you adapt along with this and learn its mystery in the end. And through that, I think you're coming out with a more awesome aspect of what surrendering to divine flow, being present, being now, what that all means. Right? Maybe it really challenging you to adjust aspects of what abundance means to you. Let's look at the rune of clarification for this. For Pertho. For Pertho, the rune of clarification is Dagas. Dagas here is the rune of true alchemy. It's transmutation. It literally means day. Dagas means day. This is the rune for clarity, the clarity that comes with daytime, right? You transmute night into day, burning away into the day, right? You have that hourglass tipped on its side, and you have infinite clarity, like this third person ultimate observer of yourself, that sort of aha coming through that initiation process, this energetic leap. You're blessed here. You have all this luck, and you got this divine source, this energetic source that's proven itself to you on your side. But you recognize through this that you're like emerging like a butterfly out of a chrysalis. You are never going to be the same again. You are going through this initiation with all this beautiful embodiment of this joy, this embodiment of joy, success, embodiment of deep communication. And really, I see you paying it back here in the future. Like, not even philanthropist, but just you received the communication and the divine downloads, and I see you from a student becoming the teacher here. Let's see what your energetic outcome is for all of this. Your energetic outcome, increased sense of faith, more grounded. This is divine defense and protection. This is Algies, the elk rune, very majestic. And the antlers here, you're built-in divine defense, built-in divine connection, very grounded energy. Whenever we have those lines coming straight down from the rune, again, that's very grounded energy. And whenever they're coming straight off the top, that's divine connection. So the elk rune is the one that's like supremely divinely connected here. So you are coming out of this with all these divine downloads, prophetic dream, supreme divine connection, supreme divine defense. You are naturally like kind of guarded. You're metamorphosing, changing into this divinely guided, protected aspect of self and becoming fully aware of that. And through this, you transcend. I see this becoming a transcendence of sorts and embodiment into surrender flow, and really becoming that teacher again. I keep on hearing teacher. Let's get that rune of clarity. Okay. So this is an adoption of clan flags, it looks like, in your future. This is manas. This is the rune of mankind. This is knowing what goes around comes around, kind of the cyclical nature of life, knowing that there's definitions here where there needs to be and where there doesn't need to be. There is also dagas here in with this, and with that as well, you have, you got ewas here in with manas. So this is a beautiful intermingling, and so this is, I think, what is happening here for you, Scorpio, is that you are increasing your clan as you go along in your embodiment throughout this. You're taking that energetic leap. It's not necessarily saying goodbye to like the things that have taught you in the past, but recognizing when is time to transition, right? And journey along and embody your own leadership, right? And having that faith and the awareness of like creating your own clan. Yeah. And that flow, having like you're knowing all the knowings of the 3D. Like this is you're like hyper aware, and that's like built in second nature. Like it's like some things that take a lot of other people, a lot of effort to have that knowing, and you're just like second nature knowing. So that's really beautiful. Just make sure that it is in divine flow and divine guidance. Pay attention to divine communication because it's always there. Okay, the warning here is that there might be an invitation out there that might get you a little defensive. Just remain in your faith. Okay, you don't have to posture defensively. This might not need a label, but be in your discernment. Know that with every adaptation comes a transmutation. So every new definition, every new learning comes that dagas, that comes that revelation of mysteries, and you are mastering it. All right. Let me know in the comments below how this all works out for you. Okay, let's get a message of clarity from the messages from the Fairies Oracle deck. Oh, and the fairies have a couple. No, let's do one card here, please, fairies. The fairies are divinely guided beings who love to assist us in our journeys as well. So, fairies, please show us clearly what message of clarity, do you have for Scorpio for this week? Oh, thank you. We've got the power. Yeah, right. Yeah, you do. Totally. You use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Yep, Scorpio, you got the built-in power, the built-in knowing at least, and success in spades. Let's read more about this card. You've got the power. Again, it says, use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. You drew this card as a reminder that you're more powerful than you realize. Perhaps you've been feeling victimized lately. Well, the fairies want you to know that regardless of your age, size, or education, you've got incredible personal power. Even though the fairies are tiny beings, they channel the force of God and the universe. And you can also use it to resolve an issue. Totally. Ansus, Dagas, Solitos. Come on. All right. You can also use it to resolve an issue, heal yourself or another, or manifest your material needs, is what it says. All you have to do is believe, Scorpio. Additional meanings for this card are to let go of blame and focus upon solutions, or conduct energy healing work, especially with your hands, or engage in strength training exercise such as weightlifting. Or also, you can follow your own inner guidance to resolve a situation. And there's a couple other meanings here that are become an activist for an issue that's near and dear to your heart. And finally, speak your truth to yourself and to others. Namaste, Scorpio. Have a blessed and abundant week.